Hey there, happy day, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, also known as Pajama Grandma. Today, let's think about, and I suggest that you question everything. Now, really, unconsciously and at a subconscious level, we are always asking questions. I didn't necessarily believe this, but I learned it from Tony Robbins actually decades ago now, and he did a whole piece on questions and primary question, and that we need to question everything. Everything that we experience, everything that happens around us, our brain thinks in questions, and it's always asking questions. You know, is this dangerous? Is this okay? Is this safe for me? Do I need to run? How do I need to interact with this? And this could be any situation, any environment, any person, place, or thing that might be impacting us at the time. And our subconscious just constantly has this stream of questions going on. Now, on a conscious level, we don't necessarily behave and act that way, right? A lot of times, we're just going through the motions of our life and not necessarily paying attention and actually questioning what's going on. Questioning, is this right for me? What else is possible? Is this really the best move for me now? Is the thing I'm being presented with, the opportunity or the challenge, is it here to show me something that maybe I need to do a course correction or a change of direction? Maybe I need to get another job. Maybe I need to get involved in a different relationship. Maybe I need to ask myself questions about something that I'm believing and ways I'm automatically behaving based on my beliefs, because it's moving me down a road that that isn't necessarily the best road for me right now. So question everything. I get reminded of this, and I consciously remind myself of this every once in a while. When I am starting to follow someone, an influencer, or learning from somebody, I've learned to step back and ask myself, why? And I look at the bigger picture. I look at, why is the person sharing this information in this particular way with me now? I actually really started honing in on this in my work with Russell Brunson. Russell Brunson, I became a certified partner for ClickFunnels, and in that training, and through that training, and why I took that particular training and route was different than the vast majority of the people, the reason that they took that route. Most of the people that became certified partners were because they wanted to have an agency, and they wanted to sell funneling services and marketing agencies, and be marketing agencies to other people. I took it for my own education and to learn in personal development so that I could grow and figure out how to apply a software tool to my businesses, to my life, and to what I wanted to do online. And then I started to watch, and I learned this way before Russell, but I really enjoyed watching it with him, and I still enjoy watching it with him. I love to step back and watch the process of how and why he does everything, because it is so purposefully and amazingly and beautifully designed and orchestrated. There's other people that do this too. I like to watch Jim Edwards. I like to watch Tony Robbins. I like to watch certain real estate gurus when I was in the real estate industry, or any industry. People in the MLM. Now, I'm not in the MLM or network marketing industry, or really affiliate marketing, but I like to watch people that are in those industries and not the specifics of what they're saying, but stepping back and watching the big picture of what they're doing. And I try to ask myself, well, why are they doing this right now? Why are they saying that? Why are they offering this particular offer? And not for copying or manipulating or hacking, but just for learning and understanding what works, what doesn't work, why does it work, when does it work, and just to try to be a better human being, right? So I think it's really fascinating to do that. Maybe I'm thinking about that today because the idiom that I talked about in Supersize Your Business was eating out of your hand. And so often that expression means manipulating people or influencing people to do what you want, and it might be for their best interest, but a lot of times it's not. A lot of time, look on social media, all the way people manipulate how they get likes and follows and comments and things. They don't really want to know what you think about stuff. They just want you to comment on their posts so that they get more visibility in the algorithms of Facebook or LinkedIn or Twitter or wherever they are, and so that they get more attention to themselves. Somebody that just wants more attention and more notoriety and more numbers for themselves is different than somebody that's providing information to share with you to help you to grow and be a better person, or to help you build your business, or to help you learn something that they've learned that they want to share with you to shortcut your process of having to learn something. Two totally different motivations. So now when I watch things, I ask myself, is this designed just to get people to do what the person that's doing it wants, or is it designed to really teach and help people something? And guess what? We don't think we can tell the difference, but we can totally tell the difference. We can tell the difference in the tone. We can tell the difference in people's level of enthusiasm and passion about what they're talking about and what they're sharing. I can tell in myself if I am following someone else's model and modality, and I did this for a couple years when I first got online. I did everything Russell Brunson said, but guess what? I didn't make it my own, so it didn't come out and feel natural for me. It felt forced, and even though I practiced it and did it over and over again, there was still something in me that made me feel like an imposter because, hey, this is not how I would say it and how I would do it. Now, I want to learn from masters like Russell and Tony and Dean Graziosi and Brendan Burchard and all these other big names in the industries that I'm attracted to, but I need to also have my own unique spin on the things that I do. All of us, we go out, we learn, we have experiences, we absorb things in the world, and each of our challenges and each of the obstacles and each of the struggles and stresses that we face are personal. They're personal to us. How anyone grows a business is different and unique and special, and we knock our systems down and how we did it to frameworks, and we share those frameworks or sell those frameworks to other people because we know it can cut their process. But until we get people to actually understand that they have to take action and internalize and make anything their own in order for it to work for them to get the same results that we did, we're not going to help them to get the transformation that we want to help them to achieve, right? And we have to want them to achieve that transformation for their own benefit, not for our benefit. And you can tell the difference. You can tell the people that are just out pimping their high-ticket programs because they want your $20,000 or your $25,000 or your $50,000 versus the people that actually want to build a relationship with you and help to make sure that you get your goals and objectives and dreams to come true, right? I can read a post and feel the difference in that now. And it's only because I've read a lot of them and I've done a lot of them. And I know when I write a post or I do a video that comes from my heart versus I'm supposed to follow somebody else's formula. Now, it's really interesting that I bring that up because I just ran across my notes from the gym boat. Love you, Jim Edwards. See you this fall. And I found some note cards and things where Jim taught us how to use his successful formula for making videos. I love it. It works for Jim. But I've done a couple videos using it, and I haven't figured out how to make it my own yet. Now, I'm sure when I do, my videos are going to be a whole lot better, a whole lot shorter, a whole lot more concise and direct and to the point, and we'll get a lot more views and help a lot more people. But for right now, I'm still learning and getting comfortable with the process and how that works for me. And until I make it my own, it's kind of like back in the day when my ex-husband and I were doing real estate. We were in a very high-level coaching program, and we spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on real estate coaching, and we learned scripts and things. And at first, it was really difficult. It made it less stressful to do calls and things and interact with people when we used the scripts. But until we actually made the scripts our own and we're comfortable enough of tweaking them and making them what fit us, we didn't get the results that the people that were teaching us did. Even if we used their scripts verbatim, they weren't our scripts, they weren't us. And we were, of course, different from different backgrounds, different experiences, different geographic location. And so until we understood the framework and the concepts and the intent of the scripts, and we followed that formula, yet tweaked it and customized it to make it uniquely us, that's when everything really took off and we really saw the success that we were looking for. But it wasn't until we actually found that system, learned that system from somebody, questioned, is this system right for me? And of course, it is perfect for the person that designed it. And the person that designed that and selling it probably has had tons of success with it and made a fortune with it. But until we take that and we mix it with all of the rest of who we are and make it our own, we're not going to see the success that we're here to experience. At least that is my belief. Maybe that's a limiting belief of my own, and I'm spending a lot more time trying to figure stuff out and make it my own than if I just copied somebody else's thing and did it, right? Because that's what a lot of successful people do. A lot of successful people just take a part of something someone else is teaching and they add a little bit to it, or maybe they don't add a little bit to it, they just copy it and then they just start selling it. And that will work in the short term, but it won't work in the long term, because you won't be attracting the people to you that you're here to serve, that you're here to be a part of, who are supposed to be in your life and you're supposed to be in their life. Again, that might just be my beliefs, but it's something to think about. It's something to question, and it's something to ask yourself. I tell everybody that I work with, I'm going to tell you what's worked for me and how I've had success, things I've tried, things I've had success with, things I've failed with, and why it may or may not have worked for me. And then you have to decide yourself if you want to still do it, and if you want to try it, and if it will work for you. And guess what? I have had things that I was a complete and utter failure at that I talked to people about. They went and implemented, and because their personality style, their experiences, their unique situation, actually it blew up and was super successful for them. But it was something that I had tried and failed at repeatedly and decided, yep, that's not for me. I'm not making that work. Let's try something different. So question everything I say. Remember, I am just one person sharing my experiences, my beliefs, my thoughts, my feelings, and what I've learned and what I'm experiencing as I'm going through the journey of transitioning from brick and mortar and corporate America to the online world. This is just my journey. Take from it what you will and what can shortcut your process of achieving your goals and dreams, and then just leave the rest. If I say something stupid, okay, I say something stupid sometimes, we all do. Just ignore it. You don't have to, if my makeup's bad, which it usually is because I'm visually impaired, we're lucky I get makeup on my face in the right parts at all. Just take it with a grain of salt. It doesn't matter. And if it doesn't matter, and that's true of anybody and anything, if it doesn't matter that you judge or have an opinion or question somebody on something, maybe just don't do it. Maybe keep it to yourself. If it does matter, if it matters significantly, if you're keeping them out of danger or from making, a really big error, say something. But if it doesn't, just realize that we're all different, that we're all here. We all make decisions and choices for our own personal, unique development and our own life experience. And as much as we love to just handle the life experience for other people, especially those we love and care about, there's not anything we can do to do it for them. Everybody, each of us, has to do it on our own. So thinking about eating out of your hand, and to question everything. And to question everything, not in a judgmental way, but to question to understand so that you know what is and isn't right for you. Fun Day 30 today, and we are looking at something beautiful. Georgia O'Keeffe for a couple of days. We've got a challenge from her, and it's just to draw like a diamond shape and then make something beautiful in it. So, Live Thrive Challenge, day 4 today already, and it's all about daily deliverables. What result are you going to get for people every single day in your challenge? Because in addition to having the big promise of your overall challenge, you want to make sure that every single day you're giving them a result, and they're getting a result by actually doing. I use an action step, and I say every day somebody has to do one thing to move them toward that result. And if they do these 5 things or 10 things or 20 things or 90 things or 365 things, it will move them, and it will guarantee that they'll get that result. I guarantee by the end of this year, I'm going to be a heck of a lot more fun than I was at the beginning of this year. And why am I doing a 365-day fun challenge? Because I personally don't believe or think that I'm very fun, or that I have very much fun. And so I'm looking for more ways to have fun. Same thing with last year. Last year, I think I'm a pretty happy person, but I wasn't at letting myself experience happiness at the level that I thought I should be experiencing happiness. So I did a 365-day challenge, and I guarantee I'm a whole lot happier now, especially with all the ups and downs of last year, than I was at the beginning of 2019. Year before that, I did one thing a day that stretched my comfort zone and scared me, and that's what got me off my butt and actually in front of the camera. Now, some people might regret that I did that, but it got me to not be afraid to do Facebook Live videos, and that was why I did the one thing a day that scared me. and stretch my comfort zone. And here's the thing about doing challenges and doing long challenges. It becomes a part of your nature. I look for things all the time now that stretch my comfort zone, make me happy, and by the end of this year, that are more fun, right? Automatically now, I look at the world through a different lens than I did before I did those challenges. So, day 4 today is all about daily deliverables and how can you get people to take action to get the result that they say that they want. Because a lot of people say they want something. Everybody wants $1 million, right? $1 million in the bank, $1 million to do whatever. Everybody wants that. Everybody, I can't think of anyone that if you gave them $1 million would say, no, I don't want $1 million, right? And I'm sure there's a few people, yep, I'm sure there's somebody, so that's not my point. My point is, most people say they want something, but only a very, very small percentage will actually take action toward getting the thing that they say that they want. Actually, this is scary, but a huge percentage of people don't even actually know what they want. I think it's like 80 to 90% of people, if you ask them, hey, what do you want? They cannot tell you, they cannot articulate it. There are whole books and trainings and seminars and workshops and events based on teaching people to identify what do they want. You know, what do you think vision boards are for, or visioning, or all of these other things? Because guess what? If we can't articulate and say, and we don't have to be able to articulate it, but if we can't see and imagine it in our own mind, what we want, there's no way we can get it, right? The first step of anything is identifying and knowing inside of ourselves, what is it that you want? And it usually, this is really interesting, we say we want all of these material things, but everything that we think and believe that we want can always be boiled down to the way we want to feel. Think about that for today. We'll maybe talk about it tomorrow or in a few days, but I didn't used to understand that or know that, but once I realized that, it changed everything that I wanted. It changed the goals that I really set for myself, and it went from being a materialistic thing or dollar amount goal to, well, what do I want? Why do I want that? How do I want to feel? And are there ways I can feel that right now without having gotten that $1 million from somebody? Even no matter what, how can I feel happy, loved, successful, like I matter, and whatever your core values are right now? How can I start to experience that right now? Because the truth is, the more I start to feel that and experience that in my now, the more I'm creating that thing in the future. And that leads to all of the other material things and all of the other things that I want. Funny how life works that way. So if I can help you in any way, hit me up in the comments below. Working on the challenge, tweaking it. I got a whole list of ideas now on, I'm looking at my ManyChat. I've had ManyChat, okay, I hate to admit this, but I've had ManyChat, which is a Facebook Messenger system. I've been paying for ManyChat for probably 2 or 3 years now, and I don't know how to use it. It's one of those tools and one of those shiny object things that I was interested in, but I knew from the beginning that I wasn't going to learn how to do it. Now, then I shouldn't have signed up and paid for it, right? But it's just sitting there. I will admit I have at least a handful of, maybe more, maybe 2 handfuls of tools and software things like that that are just sitting waiting for me to use them. And as my vision has gone downhill, I've realized I personally can't be the one that uses them. I have to find a team member that could actually do those portions of things for me. So that is probably, if I ask myself what's the next thing I need to do, that is probably the next big thing I need to do, is add people to my team. That's it. That's all I've got today. Go out, make it an absolutely amazing, fantastic day. And if I can help you, hit me up in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow and fill you in on what am I doing now, what's working, what's not. It'll be day 5 of a 5-day challenge, which I'm just going to do a 5-day challenge because that was the only amount of time I could commit to picking a specific time that I could appear live. I'm doing a live challenge, live drive challenge this week. And guess what? I'm not going to take it down. So if you're curious about how to create challenges and you want to watch that, just hit me up in the comments below and I'll get you the link to the group where you can watch those. It's in a unit, so you can actually watch them in order and do your own 5-day challenge whenever it works for you. Now, Don't tell anybody, because the only way you're going to know about that and that it's available is because I'm telling you right now. And you can tell other people if they're going to actually use it, but otherwise, most people nowadays, they'll do their challenge and they take them down to create scarcity and lack, and to get people to eat out of their hand and think that they have to make a decision now. And I'm all for make a decision, because it's hard for people to make decisions. But I'm not about manipulating people into making a decision because they need to do it now. Now, maybe I'm doing them a disservice because they really do need to do something now and they've been putting it off. But it's up to each of us as adults to decide when we want to solve our problem. When we're in enough pain, we'll take action steps to solve our problem. And I hope I'm the solution to that. But if I was the solution to that when they first saw it, or when they come back to it, and I'm right for them, it'll happen. I totally believe that. So have a great day. Catch you tomorrow.